Good evening. I'm Coach Deborah. Welcome to Thursday Live with Coach Deborah. I'm so happy that you decided to join us because you could have been anywhere else. So I really appreciate that you joining us today as well. Thank you so much for the prayers that we get from all around the world. Those mean so much to us, and we love those likes, shares, and comments. So please keep them coming. Make sure that you share because we want to make sure that this content gets all over the world. And the only way we can do that is if that you share and the person that you share with share, and it'll just keep going like wildfire. And that's what we want, because we want to help young men as well as mothers with sons. We want to encourage them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, our theme for this year is Blueprint for Success. And here at Build Your Best Life, our niche is teaching young men basic principles that they can use to build their best lives and to overcome obstacles. We also encourage mothers with sons. It's a lot of work when you have two parents. So imagine those of you who have been so fortunate to raise your children in a two-family home, how it is when there is only one parent. So we want to keep our mothers encouraged. And then this month, our theme is Blueprint of a Great Father, because there are millions of great fathers. And so we want to give them their kudos as well. And we want fathers to get some tips on how they can be better or how they can step up. So that is what it's all about this month. And this month is almost over, as you know. But today, my topic is going to be 100. 100. Interesting, huh? Well, just imagine if you're currently in school or when you were in school and you got 100 on that exam. How did that make you feel? Was that not a fantastic feeling to have aced that exam? Some people just get it like that. They browse over and they have it. Others have to study, and you get it. But to know that all your hard work paid off and you aced that exam, that gives you, it's just a wonderful feeling. Well, the same thing can be said as to an activity that you put time into. You may love to quilt, to sew, to design websites, whatever it is that you like to do. When you get it just so, it's perfect in your eyesight, in the way you envision it, you get the greatest feeling. So having those great feelings on certain things, how that makes you feel. But guess what? You should be just as adamant about having 100 in every area of your life. Every area of your life should be at a 100. You say, come on now, let's be realistic. I am being realistic. You have to put in some work. But if it's an area that needs working on, or you want it to get better, you can do it. You can do it. But some areas are so vitally important. And our young people, our middle-aged people, our seniors overlook certain areas. And if you don't take care of a lot of areas, it can only get worse. And sometimes you're getting worse behind the scenes. You don't even realize that something is going on that is not having a positive aspect on your body. So you're just doing business as usual because, as far as you're concerned, there's nothing bothering you. But years into the future, you can see or feel the results. And I can throw out a good example, teeth. I was raised by parents and grandparents who didn't have teeth. They had false teeth. So there was a lot of things they didn't teach me about taking care of teeth. All I knew is you brush them. I did go to a dentist when I was younger, but I had a really, really bad experience with my dentist, and I never went back. So in my latter years, I had some gum damage because I didn't do the regimen that I needed to have been doing all those years. So it finally caught up with me. When it caught up with me, what? then I had to do more work, extra work, and it costs money. So that's just an example. So we're going to talk about, again, if you just tune in, good evening, how are you? If you just tune in, we're talking about 100 and how you need to try to be the best that you can be in all areas of your life. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. Okay, the first area that I'm going to talk about is rest. Rest. And sometimes you have that personality, that spirit, that work ethic that you just go, 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 go. Nobody has to cheer you on. You just going because you have things that you want to get done, and you're going to do whatever it takes to get them done. Anybody know what I'm talking about? And over time, your body begins to get like, hey, you can give me some rest. Are you gonna shut down? Are you gonna, have your eyes? Well, it's artificial light from 9 o'clock in the morning until 8:30 at night. Are you gonna do that to your eyes? Are you? I know my eyes sometimes are just screaming. What are you doing? But it's just going. I have to get this done. I have to get that done. And the way I was raised, anything that you touch, that you put your hands to, you do it to the best of your ability. If you don't feel like you can do it to the best of your ability or at 100, then you give it over to someone else who has the time. That's just the way I was raised. So yes, I might get tired sometime, but whatever it is, I'm going to give it my all. But your body does tend to need rest. So you have to recognize that depending on what you're doing. And, that's why in corporate America, they give you vacation time. They give you PTO or paid days off because they realize you need a break. You have to have a break. Well, when you're retired and you're on your own, you don't have anybody to say, hey, you got some vacation time. If you don't take it, it's going to go away. So you just continue to go, not realizing the body needs rest, And I live in a house with someone that has, I think, more energy than I do. So like if I say I'm tired, they just look at me like I'm crazy because they go, 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 go as well. They need to rest as well. But they do take naps. When they sit down, they take a nap. Well, I don't take naps. So I'm constantly going. But think about that. It's not just if you're sitting at a desk. It doesn't matter what type of work you're doing. If you're driving a truck all day, if you are sorting mail, if you are running machinery, whatever it is, if you are in law enforcement, if you work with CSX, Norfolk Southern, and it's got to be safety first because you if you ever been in a car accident and you get just a bare tap and you know how that jolts you in a car. Imagine what happens if something happens with a train. So that's safety first. So you need to be rested. You need to be alert. So take the time to get rest. Rest your body. Make it a point to say, hey, I'm going to take a week off. I'm going to shut it down. Well, I'm not going to do this task or that task. If you're like me, I have more than one task I have to do. I work part-time. I do Be Your Best Life full-time. I do children's ministry full-time. So I do legs full-time. I guess I'll say legs part-time. And it's a Bible study. So I have all these things. So sometimes I might have to say, hey, I can't do this one the full every day, all day. I got to take a break from this or that. I only work on this 1 week or 2 weeks this week. But you got to take time or you got to shorten your days. So instead of from 9 to 8, maybe, my husband always says, take a break. Well, I never take a break. I start working and it's like, okay, I got to get this one more thing done. And I'm going to, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a break. And then I look up, it's 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I'm just getting ready to have my lunch. So, hey, I'm going to work for 3 hours or 4 hours and take a break. If it's not but a 15-minute break, 30-minute break, walk outside, get some fresh air, stretch your feet. I did get me a rising desk so I can stand up and work sometimes, but it's that rest, and I'm going to leave that one alone. But you can see that is speaking to me, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Another one is take an opportunity for me time. And I know people say, me time. What do you need me time? You don't need no me time. Yes, people need me time. And it gets back to that rest. So you may take time out for the family because you know your family is important. So you want to take time out with the children. You want to take time out with your significant other, but you don't think about yourself. So if you don't get those nails done, if you don't get that hair done, because those are ways that you can get some me time because you're by yourself, other than people chit-chatting around you. I mean, you can take that time to read, work puzzles, do some coloring, do something that relaxes you, whatever relaxes you. That's me time. Go soak in the tub, me time. But take advantage of spending some time to just take a breath and do nothing. Do nothing. It's whatever I want to do. If I want to read, if I want to listen to some music, if I just want to sit, watch a movie that I hadn't seen in a while, or a new movie, just sit out on your patio if you can stand the heat or whatever, but get that me time because you want to be at 100. And these I'm going to kind of skip around. I'm going to put this one up here too because those three go together. The rest, the me time, and then this one, get adequate sleep. The older people get, especially teenagers and young adults, they think, oh, I don't need as much sleep. A couple hours and I'm good. And you may feel that way and you may do that for years, but it's not true. Especially for the teenagers, because believe it or not, your brain hasn't even fully developed. Your brain has a lot more growing to do. Excuse me. So you do need that sleep, that rest. So you still need those 8 to 9 hours, teenagers at night. Young adults, you still need those 8 hours. Seniors, you still need those 8 hours. And I'm not talking about seniors in high school. I mean, seniors in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you need those 8 hours of sleep. So get that rest, those 3 things. Okay, and then this is another good one. I hear a lot of people say, I don't like water. I don't like drinking water. I just don't like the taste of it. I've tried putting stuff in it and I just can't drink it. And I used to be one of those, didn't want water, didn't drink water. And even when I did drink something, which wasn't good for me, it's probably sodas, Kool-Aid, whatever. It was after I ate all my food, then I'd sip on something. But water is so vital for your body. You need those 6 to 8 ounces of water every day. And not until, what's it been now? 3-4 years ago when I went on this weight loss program, and I believe me, I drank my water, and that's all I drank. I would drink milk sometimes, but that's all I drank. Well, I did drink coffee because you could have 1 cup of coffee and that counted as one of your waters. But water is good. It's good for your skin. It's good for your organs. It hydrates you. And I don't know what part of the country that you live in or what part of the world, but right now in Florida, it is hot. And I like hot, but this is one of those triple-digit hot years that we're having. So you need to stay hydrated. We had an event, and one of the people I didn't see, and I'm like, okay, where is so-and-so? He said, well, she was out yesterday doing some cleaning. And because she was working with water, she didn't really feel it, but it really zapped her water. And so then that made her head hurt really badly. And she was dehydrated. So she had to stay in. So you have to be very, very careful based on the different types of climate. But even without that, you need your water. And you don't like it, don't taste good, get over it. Remember what I said, if you don't do certain things now, it's going to impact you later on, and water is one of those things. We need to eat fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. You know, you need to eat from all those food groups. Some of them not so much. You know, we used to rely on all of them. But, you know, we try to get away from those carbohydrates and stuff like that. But you do need fruits and vegetables. Those are good for you. And, you know, you think, you know, I try to not to eat that much, but no matter what. Okay, but what are you eating? Are you eating rice and potatoes? Or are you eating green vegetables and fruit? It's a difference. As an example, say a serving of rice that may end up being 100, almost 200 calories, versus if you get a green vegetable, that might end up being only maybe 36, or maybe a little bit more, depending on how much you put on your plate. But that's a huge difference. So eat your fruits and vegetables. Stay away from fried foods and processed foods. What tastes better? Fried. Oh, I love fried foods. But it's okay every now and then, you know, if you love them, but it's really not good for you because of all that oil. So try to limit that. And it's nothing worse to me than getting something that's fried or sweet and then it doesn't taste good. You mean I'm going to waste all these calories on something that's not even good? So you just need to watch that. Try to eat baked foods, you know, something that's more healthier. You're not getting all those oils, or do things in the air fryer. That's better for you. And you all know about processed foods because of all these chemicals and things that are in the foods. They can last years and years and years. You look at the expiration dates on some things and you'll be like, huh? What? I can keep this in my pantry for 2 years? What is it really made of? It makes you go, huh? Exercise regimen. This is one I need to work on. But have some type of exercise regimen. And sometimes the things that you don't think exercise impacts, it does. As an example, because of some of the medication I take, one of the side effects is it's not good for my bones. And, you know, bones are not as strong, or what have you. So I went from, you know, warning till now I'm in osteopenia. So this is before you get in the real stages, right? But one of the things my doctor told me recently was, you know, how often do you exercise? Do you go outside? And say I don't go outside much either. So those are two things, because in order to, and you know, as you get older, sometimes your bones will shrink anyway and they get weaker. So that's something else you need to do. You need to come up with some type exercise regimen, and you need vitamin D. What's a great way to get vitamin D? From the sun. So you need to go outside, get some of that sun, let it hit you. Don't forget the sunscreen. No matter what complexion you are, you need sunscreen. If you live in Florida, a state like this, and you don't have a dermatologist, you need a dermatologist. There are just so many things that you need to stay at 100 in all areas of your life. So this body, you only have one of them. So if you don't work on anything else, you definitely want to be 100 in the area of your body. So I'm going to go over those things again real quickly. If you just joined us, we're talking about being 100 in every area of your life. You want to get adequate rest. You want to take some me time. You want to get adequate sleep. You want to drink plenty of water, at least 6 to 8 ounce servings of water daily, eat fruits and vegetables, limit your fried foods, no processed foods or limit your processed foods, have some type of consistent exercise program, get vitamin D. Make sure if you're out and about in the sun that you are using sunscreen. And I did skip over one because I didn't want to do it too soon. And I know some people don't believe in these, so I'm not trying to push any needles or any buttons, but getting the proper vaccines and checkups. So those mammograms, those pap smears, prostate exams, men and women get all those exams you need. If you believe in the vaccines, get your vaccines. I get mine. That's just me. But all of that is important. And then, the other things, but you want to interact with others. I'm going to put that one in there too, because relationships are important. We were not born to be alone. If you just think back to the garden, we were not born to be alone. So that means I know people, but I don't call anybody. I don't talk to anybody. I don't communicate with anybody. That's not what we were made to do. So you need to interact with others, communicate. You may think, well, I don't need anybody. Maybe you don't, but I think everybody needs somebody. Sometimes a friend will help you before a family member will. Sometimes you don't even relate with your family members, don't want to be bothered with them, but you have to have interaction with people to learn how to communicate with others, learn how to share, learn how to love unconditionally. All those things help. You want to be a lifetime learner. Why? Say, I'm older, I've been to college, I finished college, I'm working now, I don't need to learn anything. Yes, you do. The world is constantly changing. The world changes every day. It's like words you don't know. There's meanings of words you don't know. There are techniques you don't know. You can go in and you can operate your, you may be, excellent or proficient, above average in utilizing something in I'll say some type app, Excel spreadsheet, or using I wasn't going to say Facebook, but it can be Facebook, but it can be something like that. And you can use it and use it really, really well. And then they'll change something. And then you have to figure out, well, now I made some before and I couldn't before. Now I use Canva and I probably create something in Canva every day. Well, when I created my overlays, I had to research and write out how to do them. And I made some. Well, then I'm like, okay, so I need to make some more because those are kind of too thick. I want to make them thinner so they'll look better if I'm on by myself. I don't care what I did. I couldn't get the transparent part in the middle. You couldn't see me through it. And I was like, I've done this before. I've done not me, but I've done it lots of times before, but I couldn't do it. I have been researching that for 2 weeks. Finally, I did it today, but I don't know if that's because I went and got an old one and played around with it, but I've been in Google, I've been in YouTube, couldn't figure it out because things would change. So make sure, whether it's your body, your mind, your relationships, whatever it is, do what you can to be at 100. Not saying you have to be perfect, but you want to be the best that you can be now and going forward, because better now means better going forward. So I hope that this conversation today helped. And again, this month was about the blueprint of being a great father. So these things that I was talking about will help a father. A father knowing these things can translate that information to your son, because there are things that your son needs to know that mom may not be able to tell him. So hopefully this was helpful. I had fun doing it anyway, but I'm here to help. So I hope that it did. And so please, please, please share. And please follow me on my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. That's www.buildyourbestlife.org. On there, you can read a blog. I have a blog that comes out each Monday, a new blog. You can look at my calendar of events. Our next big event will start on July 31st and run for 4 days. And then the next one is in November. But always check out our calendar of events. Let's keep up with me. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. I appreciate it. Join us this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Saturday Morning Reel. My topic is going to be full circle. So we talked about a lot of things this month. Going to bring it all back. Tied with a nice bow tie, a nice bow, put it together, but full circle. I'm coming full circle on Saturday. So please join us if you are available. Again, that's 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Saturday Morning Reel. And I appreciate everyone for being here. And hey, some of you have been with me since day one, so I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So this year, besides teaching about having that blueprint for success, we are also declaring Jeremiah 29:11 over your lives. Because God wants you to have what? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. He wants you to have prosperity, not disaster. And he also wants you to have the plans that he has for you, or the future that you hope for. And that's based on those plans that he has for you. So please design your blueprint for success based on the plans that God has for you. Put in the work and build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. I'll be looking for you Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday and Friday. See you Saturday.